So thinking about how do we ensure that there's diversity and inclusion on the board, and linking it in with a question that's come through from our viewers, which is where do we get training or that professional development so that those of us that possibly have those diversity and inclusion aspects, how do we get onto a board then? So if I pass it over to maybe Parakawhia to start with and then followed by Tania.
Thanks, that's a great question. And look, if I think of my own experience and the governance roles that I've had, I have to say that they've happened largely because I've had networks. There have been people that have been in these organisations that have identified me for whatever, well, usually because, we need a Māori, wahine Māori, let's look at who's on the list, and it'd be like Tania Simpson, Tracy Hopapa, Parakawhia McLean, and a few others. But look, seriously, I really think there has to be absolutely, there's a commitment there, but it needs to also be done again, as I said before, really deliberately. And so it goes back to, the sort of the kaupapa, the charter that is in existence, where you have to put that expectation in, and also the leadership of the board. You look to the chair as to walking the talk. So that's really important.
No, thank you. Tania.
Yes, just following on from Parakawhia, we did talk earlier about having diverse issues to address now and into the future, and that calls for having diversity around the board table. We need a range of skills, we need a range of viewpoints, we need people thinking from all kinds of angles. So diverse talent at the board table makes a lot of sense. And there's no shortage of diverse talent, and there are organisations out there that focus on being able to help candidates into the roles that are being advertised. So global women, super diverse women, Asian leaders, lots of organisations, Institute of Directors that will help people make their way through that pipeline onto boards. But I think the more important aspect is for boards to be able to embrace an environment of change. That is not thinking about inclusion as we include you into our environment and maintain our norm, but in order to be inclusive, we actually need to make some changes. So boards being able to seek to understand the differences that people bring, whether it's through their values, their styles, their approaches, their tikanga, recognising that people bring difference and different perspectives and different ways of doing things, and that their norms may challenge us but also may inform us. So being supportive and seeking to understand in order that the board itself adjusts to a range of approaches and viewpoints. So it is happening. We see it happening. We see much more diversity coming through onto boards. Maybe we have to be prepared to accept people that don't have a lot of governance experience but have expertise and viewpoints that are going to be important to us. So looking at the board, being able to have a mix of ages and a mix of experience and inexperience, and that very broad range of talent. So yeah, I think we're all heading in the right direction. I think we're making a difference there.